Ontario is refusing more and more applicants who are looking to apply, who are looking to come to the province of Ontario and settle in here. Before I proceed further, let me just quickly remind you, if you're seeking for professional assistance with immigration to Canada, click on the link cictv.ca/go. Fill up your assessment questionnaire, submit it. We will look into this. One of our professionals will be in direct contact with you and would help you to choose and determine the best pathway for immigration to Canada. Ontario Provincial Nominee Program has been acting very recently, inviting more and more applicants, which is great news, especially for Ontario. I'm living in Ontario, and that's great news for us because that helps us to close this gap on the labor market. We desperately need immigrants. We need people to come in here. We need them to enter the labor market. Now, what we were seeing at the same time is that probably because there is a tremendous pressure on Ontario officers. Ontario officers are dealing with the absolutely crazy number of applicants. Provincial officers are starting to refuse more and more applicants on, I would say, minor grounds, on unjustifiable sometimes grounds. And I would just give you at least one example so that you would know what to look at when you're preparing your application. The most outrageous refusal I've seen was a few days ago, when the applicant was refused because her application, her translation of her documents was not fully prepared by ATIO translator in Ontario. Despite the fact that the person is outside of the province, it's absolutely clear that the application was lodged outside of the province, and there is no legal obligation for that person to take documents and bring them to Ontario translator so that they would be prepared by ATIO translator in Ontario, despite the fact that this was a clear mistake of Ontario officers. Ontario has recently refused the plea for reconsideration of an application of such a person. The individual came to us, and we are currently helping their family to bring justice and help them to get their case back on track. But just sort of FYI, what's going on with Ontario. Why I'm saying that? It's not just to scare you off, right? It's just to make sure that when it comes down to application, be absolutely diligent and make sure that you make absolutely no mistakes in preparing your documents. Make sure that whenever possible you use Ontario translators, and make sure that you use ATIO translators to submit your application. It would probably cost some of you quite a fortune to prepare those documents compared to what it would cost you back at home. But again, like, considering that Ontario might refuse it for no reason, it's a good idea just to, prepare it in advance rather than being sorry afterwards. Make sure that you document everything you submit in there. Make screenshots so that later on, if you face a refusal, you will have grounds, you will have a proof that you were absolutely right, and there will be the possibility to bring justice, right? To make sure that we would be able to at least appeal to Ontario, if not go to court and appeal it in court. So that make sure that your application is prepared properly from the start, from the ground. But if needed, feel free to drop us a line. We'll help you out to deal with the refusals, to deal with the situation, and hopefully we'll be able to reverse the decisions of provincial and federal authorities if needed. Stay tuned with us, and of course, feel free to drop us a line whenever you feel the need for it.